Hello everyone, Eric Teacher here, and this is going to be a brief guide to Aristotle. We're going to talk about who he was, what were some of his big ideas, and how can we apply this to a modern world. And with that, let's get started. Alright, so who was Aristotle? Well, first, Aristotle was a student of Plato. He attended Plato's academy. He is also very much known for being the teacher of Alexander the Great, who had established the largest empire of the ancient world. Now, though Aristotle studied under Plato, he had very different ideas on what was important and how we should focus our thinking. But we'll talk about that later. We really just need to know that he studied so many different things: science, biology, history, drama, and more, and wrote about all of these things. And because of that, what he wrote about, his ideas shaped the Western world, their way of thinking for more than 2,000 years. And he was so intelligent that his research was used to be absolute truth without anybody questioning whether or not he was right. So let's talk about some of his big ideas. So one of Aristotle's key ideas is about how we should observe the world. So unlike his teacher Plato, who Plato believed that we should focus on perfect forms, not the real world, because the real world is imperfect, Aristotle was the opposite. He believed that we need to study the world around us using our senses like sight and touch. That we need to study nature and people in order to understand and learn more. Because of how he did this, studying animals and nature and human behavior, it helped us to develop the scientific method we use today in order to learn and perform experiments. So one of the most famous ideas by Aristotle is what's called the golden mean. And Aristotle said that a good life comes from balance. For example, courage is somewhere between being reckless, meaning you are just going off and doing anything without thinking, and cowardice, which is of course being too scared to do anything. Aristotle believed that too much or too little of anything can throw us off balance and lead to us having a bad life. So we should try to balance all of our behaviors, trying not to be too much of any one thing, so that way we can be happy. Aristotle also believed that virtue is a habit. And when we say virtue, what we mean is a good quality or value. And so Aristotle believed that a virtue isn't just a set of rules that you follow. It's something that you should practice every day, repeatedly, over and over again, until it becomes a part of you. So you cannot become brave or courageous by just following a rule. You need to become brave or courageous by facing your fears over and over again until, finally, you just are brave. You embody braveness. All right, so you're probably asking yourself by now, how can we use what Aristotle taught today? First, by paying attention to the world around us, asking questions, testing ideas, learning from experience. And in the same way that he categorized and organized his observations of science, we can also learn to organize our thoughts, our goals, or what we see in the world around us to help us better understand ourselves and the world. And also, we can live in balance the way that he taught. We can live between fun and responsibility, or between confidence and humility. So think like Aristotle. Observe, reflect, practice good habits, and try to find balance in everything you do. So remember, philosophy isn't about having all the answers. It's about asking smart questions and thinking deeply. And with that, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.